Good morning. I should probably turn some lights on. The light is shining brightly through my window today, and it takes away some of my face. So I have something up against the window, and I have something in my face. So, how are you today? There is a lot going on in the world, and the topic of today's show is all about recovery. I think that there's a lot of recovery going on, and no matter where you are in your life, you've been in a state of recovery. So that's today's topic. I'd love to know where you are today. We're experiencing the biggest heat wave of a lifetime. It's set to go up to, I think, 40 something today, but it feels like 49, which is something that I've never experienced before in my life. So, welcome to the Ideas in Motion show. We do record live. That's so that I can deliver the most authenticity and also be able to fit this into my schedule. Because if I have all this editing that I need to do, not only are you not seeing me in my trueness, in my light, it also takes up time. And I am a firm believer of really, you know, being aware of where time goes. So I'm going to make this show time aware for you as well. So I have a story. I'm going to share with you a story, and I'm going to share with you three steps for a recovery mindset. And so we'll just get started there. Um, First, I also want to share with you that you know I was curious about where you are in the world. Look, the heat is getting to me. I mean, I do have have you know central air, right? But we've kept it a little bit hotter. So because our central air is a little bit older. And so that's kind of on topic and on point too, is that it's wise in its years. It's about 20 years old. And so we want to just be gentle on it because it's being exposed to temperatures I don't know that it's ever been exposed to in its 20-year life. I know the last time we hit heat waves like this, we were in California, ironically, and I don't think it got this hot, but I do remember tuning in from home, and there was like maybe 1 or 2 days where it was really, really hot. So wherever you are, if this heat wave is hitting you, if it isn't, there is, like I said, something to recover from. So I'm going to start way back, and I'm going to show you a picture that's just the benefits of seeing this live. So this here is a picture of me when I was. My mom put on the back 3 years old, but I'm pretty sure I was 4. And I found this little dog. It was a neighbor's dog, and I put it in my buggy and I kidnapped it and I brought it home. I was just so attracted to the white fluffiness of it. And then this here is me again, another picture of me. Gotta love the furniture in the background there. And I'm playing with my Barbie. And what you can't see, maybe you can see a little bit stuffing out the back, that I had a little white horse. I think it was like a little My Little Pony, and I would stuff it in the back of my Jeep. I thought that was a Jeep. I'm not sure if it's a Jeep. It might actually be like an Explorer or something. But anyways, like it was my dream to do that. And last year, when I was driving around, I was kind of in a bad state of mind. I was in a little bit of a funk of a mindset because last year I had this little problem in my right eyeball and I was not able to wear my contact lenses. And so I was put back into my glasses, which I hadn't worn for like 31 years. And my glasses are very thick, and it gives me a different perception of the world. And it was also giving me a different perception of myself, which was weird, but there, it was true. Once I was able to see it, I was able to kind of maneuver through that. But, anyways, so I'm driving down the road And I'm feeling sorry for myself because I have my big, thick glasses on and I don't feel as pretty as I normally am. And I'm driving down the road and I look in my rearview mirror and I see Tula, my big white dog, in the back of the Jeep. And I'm just like, oh my gosh, I'm Barbie. I'm living my best life. I always wanted a big white dog. And there she is in the back of the Jeep. We had the roof off and we're driving and we're going for a hike in the woods. And, I was really happy to be doing that. And I felt very fortunate that in that moment, it's like, okay, well, I might not look like Barbie, but damn, I'm doing pretty good here. So I'll take it. I know I have a lot more than Barbie as Barbie is. And all the credit to Barbie. I'm not knocking Barbie for being beautiful, but in that moment, I kind of gave my head a shake and been like, okay, Karen, like, look where you've gotten and look what you've come to. So all winter long, we prepared for off leash because that was the next level. And of course, my eye recovered and all was good, right? So I got my contact lenses back in. Things are good to go. I'm feeling good this spring. Got a running leash. You may have heard this back in episode 2. And then whammo. So I took it really, really hard. I kind of kept that bottled up a little bit about how upset it made me that here we were because I felt selfish for being upset. Like, I'll admit that. It's like there's a lot of people that are facing tougher challenges and I'm whining because I can't take my dog in the Jeep and go for our walk off leash, and it's the one of the best times of my day that I cherish. My stepdaughter, my daughter, and rather call her my daughter than my stepdaughter because, she's a great part of my life. She had handcrafted these picture birthday cards, and she was very, very thoughtful, and she thought out the whole process when she did. And it was before the accident. And because of COVID, it took forever for the cards to get to us. So when I received the card, this is what it looks like. Isn't that great? It's absolutely beautiful. So here's the card. And I fell apart. I completely fell apart. Part of me was just so taken aback by the thoughtfulness about how she carefully curated the card and got it handmade. She knew that that was like my favorite thing in the whole entire world, even though she lives in Alberta. And that's just who she is. She's just so in tune with people and she's so perceptive and it was so thoughtful and she's always been that way. So I was so moved. But then another part of me was ripping apart of this is my dream, right? And it was there and then it was ripped away. And it was my favorite time of year. So I put this up on my mantle and it's been there for the past 12 weeks. And it's been my motivation to get back to because I know it's there and I know what's in between is just hard work. Hard work has been, the confinement, the physio, the making time for it. Again, I'm going to say confinement again because there's a lot of freedom that was not there. Schedule differences, dealing with a cranky dog that's getting a little bit more separation anxiety as the days go by and not getting any release. And then the physio, it's a lot. It's a lot. But today we got to celebrate that next milestone, which is not using the ramp and also being able to use stairs. last night for the very first time, because she got the okay yesterday, for the very first time, she's been in the basement for the very first time in like 9 weeks. There's things that we got back that I took for granted a year ago, little pieces of freedom. And the irony that we're in a heat wave, so we're kind of stuck. I shouldn't laugh. It's not funny, but it is. It's truth, right? There's always going to be something new to recover from. There's always going to be something new in your life that's going to be challenging to work through. So, how do you have that recovery mindset? It's something that I've gone through many times in my life. And I just plugged and played it into this same situation. And there are three things that I swear by. The number one is to see it. You got to face that ugly truth. You got to embrace it with two hands and say, this is where I am. This is what. This is my reality right now. It does nobody any good if I'm miserable about it. It does nobody any good if I'm not taking ownership of it. And we won't get anywhere if I'm just sitting in the corner feeling sorry for myself. You need to see it as it is and take it for what it is, no matter what you're recovering from. Embracing that reality, facing the ugly is sometimes what I refer to it as, because it's usually painful. Recovery is usually painful. You're embracing what you're about to move into, which is going to be a lot of hard work, whether it's physical or mental or both. It's going to be hard work. The second thing is to protect your pulse. Okay, so when I talk about pulse, it's kind of like in relation to body and boundaries. So you got to put yourself in the situations and the mindset and around the people that are going to feed you good energy. So that's also protecting your pulse, is also protecting your calendar. No matter if this is a physical thing or a mental thing, there's going to be homework and you're going to have to schedule that in. Whenever something new is scheduled in, something else has to fall off the plate. So you have to be protective of your pulse, of your boundaries. Sometimes it's other things that need to be cut out. Like, do I need to be scrolling social media? Or do I need to take on that extra client right now or that extra load when I know I'm going to have more hours and more of my mental and physical capacity being a caregiver? Maybe it's not the time to train for a marathon. So maybe it's the time to like cut back a little bit on the exercise. For example, right now with the heat wave, I'm not really worrying too much about my running schedule. I can do indoor workouts. It's a priority for this girl. I say this girl because she's right behind me and I'm pointing. It's a priority for my dog right now to have that window of exercise for her physiotherapy outside, and it's just not comfortable for her in the evening. Normally, if this was August when we get our heat wave, the sun goes down earlier and we could do two smaller sessions, right? But right now we're just with this is where we are. So protecting your pulse is protecting everything that you're going to need to do. Maybe it's homework, internal work. When you're doing internal work, you're going to need that time and space surrounding the internal work just to absorb what is transforming for you in that moment. Recovery is hard. It's hard work, no matter what. Protect your pulse, protect your energies, protect your calendar. The number three thing is you got to do the work. You have to show up for it and for yourself every single day. Some days you might have to scale back a little bit, but you still need to show up. And that's where the results come. If you show up every day, you're going to get a win. It might be a small win, but you're going to get a win. The bottom line is recovery is not one and done. Recovery is an ongoing process because once you've been somewhere that you need to have recovery from, it's going to continue to be a part of your life, whether you want it to or not. So, when we're talking about the analogy with the injury with my dog, she's always going to have something different with her legs, right? She has a bionic knee in one leg. What's going to happen in the winter? Will it be a little bit colder because there's metal parts? Will she have a little bit more pain? What about the other leg? Now we have knowledge and we know that we need to protect it. So we have all that internal knowledge and stuff that we have to continue to process. Sometimes it can come up and show up as fear. Other times it can come up and show up as pain, physical pain. And and of course, it can show up as another injury. And then again, you're dealt with more that needs to be processed. So if we take that and transform that into a mental health or some other different type of recovery, maybe it's recovery from trauma, it's the same thing. You're going to pull up that work. You're going to pull up that external work. Very similar to where I was talking about, the little girl with the glasses here, right? When I was riding around in my Jeep with my thick glasses on, feeling a little bit sorry for myself. I wasn't Karen Wilson as I am right now. My body and mind transported back to where I was insecure as a young girl getting glasses and feeling, teased. I was teased a lot, right? So it just kind of takes you back. So if you do that work and you find those connection points, it reveals itself. And then that's the work that's hard, but you have to continue to do it no matter what you're recovering from. So today, I'm also excited to announce that the 28-day journal and planner, Ideas in Motion Journal and Planner, is now available at an introductory price for $11.11. And you can find the link below the show. And it's a guided process through treating your life as an ecosystem, and I'm really excited to share that with you first. You're the first to know about it. So it's my gift to the world at this point of what I can donate of some of the knowledge that I've cobbled together over the years. But basically, it takes you through your life as an ecosystem, helping you set your goals in a 28-day cycle, just with three things in mind: your mind, your body, and your purpose, and bringing those goals together with all three as part of the process. And there's a whole process in there that you go through before you start journaling and planning. So I invite you to have a look at the link below. This will also be, I'm going to be taking a break from the live shows for the month of July. So just like as a summer break, but I will still be making content and making videos and uploading videos. And also, you can have a look for my podcast, which all of these episodes will be uploading onto the podcast. I'm not 100% sure how we're going to show up in 4 weeks. I would like to sit down and give that a go and give that a plan. We might just do a live special once a month, and more so doing kind of like not live, but live, you know what I mean? Like I still don't want to have like massive edits or anything, or really worry about cutting things out. I want to bring you my true authenticity. However, I would like to be able to have a little bit more freedom with my personal schedule for this next season in my life. Now, if you participate with the 28-day journal and planner, you will see exactly how I schedule these things in because I'm basically doing my process. I've done the live shows for 9 weeks now as part of a season. And I feel like, the couple hours that it takes me to prep and get the stories together and get things together for the show, perhaps I could be doing something a little bit more in tune with what we're doing here in this community. So, more of that to come. And if you are on my email list, you will be like one of the first to know. So, you can get on my email list by subscribing at Karen Wilson dot online. And then, of course, make sure you hit the bell. What? I don't even know how to say this on YouTube, right? You subscribe and hit the bell for notifications so you know when I'm going live or when I've uploaded a new video. Thanks for watching and thanks for listening. And I will see you or talk to you with you soon. A lot happening in the world as of right now. Stay safe and be well. And yeah, take care. Stay cool if you're in a heat wave too. Bye for now.